Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Ball Mons, we're going to be looking at the League of Ireland Game Week 7 prediction and of course my risky pick alert. Just before I get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel so far, please make sure you hit on the subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I do appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. So let me just get started. So with this, my format for this, I normally list out the fixtures, then I list out my prediction, then I give my rationale for my prediction. That's usually my format for my prediction and risky pick alert video. If it's your first time watching this video, so what I'm going to do here is obviously my risky pick alert last week didn't come off. Waterford got absolutely battered by Dundalk, but this week I'm hoping to get a result. So let me just get started here. So we're looking at Drogheda versus Shamrock Rovers. I'm going with the Shamrock Rovers winning this one. Dundalk versus Sligo, I'm going for Dundalk winning this one. Shelburne versus Bohemians, I'm going for Bows winning this one. St. Pat's versus Derry, I'm going for St. Pat's winning this one. Galway versus Waterford, I'm going for a Waterford winning this one. So, risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Waterford to beat Galway. So the first thing I'm going to go through is the Drogheda versus Shamrock Rovers game. I'm going with Shamrock Rovers in this one. I feel Shamrock Rovers are going to beat them. Drogheda lost 4-1 to St. Pat's on Friday night. However, it was a very, very unlucky loss because they were 1-0 up. Then obviously Pat's got down to 1-1. But then Drogheda missed a penalty, and then obviously Pats went to the other end in 4 minutes' time and got a second goal in the third and the fourth. It doesn't reflect the scoreline in my opinion. Drogheda were very unlucky to lose. For me, Rovers had a very, very good win. They won away 2-0. Very impressive win away to Sligo Rovers. I know they played I think half of the second half with 10 men with Roberto Lopez being sent off. Obviously, they're going to have to replace him in the starting lineup this weekend. Today, Monday, it's we're getting obviously Monday games in the League of Ireland this week, and again obviously we're going to get another Friday games as well. So like I said, I'm going for Rovers in this one. I'm rocking Rovers in this one. It's going to be a tough game going away to Drogheda. Drogheda's a very, very pretty decent start this season, and I think Rovers are they're gonna win eventually, but it's going to be a very tough game in my opinion. Next one is going to be looking at Dundalk versus Sligo Rovers. Dundalk right now massive winners against Blues on Friday night. However, in this game, they're playing Sligo Rovers. Sligo Rovers had a tough loss to Shamrock Rovers at home. They're away this weekend to Dundalk, but I'm rocking with Dundalk in this one again. I think Dundalk. I think they've been very good so far this season. The newly promoted side, and they've been flying in my opinion. For a newly promoted side, they've been very, very good. I'm going with the ups. I'm going with the home win in this one. I think they're two very well matched up team, two very truly balanced team in my opinion. For me, like I said, I'm going for Dundalk winning this one. The next game I'm going to look at is Shelburne versus Bows. It's going to be a very good game. Probably, obviously, if you're looking at the start of the season, looking at two title contenders, Bows have started the season fantastically well. They haven't lost a game so far this season. They had a very, very tough win there, 1-0 Friday night. I think it was against Galway. I think they won against Galway. And Derry lost. And like I said, Shelburne had a very, very impressive win away to Derry. 2-1 win was very, very impressive. Going away to Derry, coming out there with a result, very, very impressive with Shelburne. But for this game, I'm going with Bows. It's also a Dublin Derby again. The amount of obviously every second week is probably going to be a Dublin Derby in this league. It's a Dublin Derby, Shell versus Bows, but I'm rocking with Bows in this one. Undefeated so far this season. 1-0 win at home on Friday night. I think they're gonna win a tough game again tonight in my opinion. Next one I'm gonna look at is St. Pat's versus Derry. Derry have started the season very poorly in my opinion. At the start of the season I thought they were gonna be up there contending, but they started very poorly. They lost like I just said, they lost at home to Shelburne. It was a tough loss for them. Shelburne played really, really well. They were deserved winners. Pats had a very good win. 4-1 scoreline. The scoreline didn't reflect the game in my opinion. They're very, very lucky to win overall. But like I said, they're hitting their strides in my opinion. Pats are hitting their stride. I think they're second in the league so far this season. From what I see, I think, like I said, Derry has been very, very inconsistent. I think for Derry, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. In my opinion, I think something's gonna happen in that dressing room, or something's gonna have to happen with the manager. In my opinion, like I said, it's gonna get worse before it gets better for Derry. Something's gonna have to happen in that locker room, or something's gonna have to happen with the management situation at Derry. In my opinion, because they've started the season very, very poorly. With St. Pat's, like I said, Kenny. has been fantastic so far. Like I said, for his managerial pedigree, he should be up there contending for the league title, in my opinion. I think this season could be the season that Pats, you see Pats contend again, in my opinion. Risky pick alert, risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Waterford to beat Galway. Last week, Waterford let me down. However, I believe this week it's going to be tough going away to Galway. It's never easy down there. But I believe Waterford have the squad and they have to bounce back from that humiliating loss, 5-0 loss to 5-0 loss to Dundalk on Friday night. I think you're going to have to bounce back. We're going to see the mentality of the players, if they're butlers, or if they're real men, if they're going to stand up to this challenge against Galway tonight, in my opinion. Because if you lose 5-0, the next game, you cannot lose again, in my opinion. You have to win. They're in serious trouble already this season in terms of relegation. They're bottom of the league, 2 points from 6 games. And I think they can still dig themselves out of it because we're still early on in the season. But if you keep losing games, not getting 3 points, not getting points on the board, I think eventually Blues are going to go down this season. But like I said, still early in the season, they can dig themselves out of it. That's my risky pick alert. Hopefully it lands this week. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you made it to the end of my video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Peace out.